Hey, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Couple of movie recommendations, starting off with Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight. Awesome cast: Kurt Russell, Michael Madsen, Samuel Jackson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Bruce Dern, Tim Roth. The list goes on. Very simple story. It's set not long after the end of the American Civil War, and two bounty hunters, played by Kurt Russell and Samuel Jackson, are bringing in Jennifer Jason Leigh's Demi Domergut, apologies, and she is a notorious leader of a vicious gang. Essentially, they get trapped in a blizzard and have to seek refuge in a small little outpost. Once there, they soon realize not everyone is as they seem. And the cool thing is, this movie could be considered a spiritual successor to The Thing for three reasons. One, you have Kurt Russell. Two, you have a bunch of people filled with paranoia trapped in one location during a blizzard. And three, Tarantino done something awesome. He got Ennio Morricone to do a completely original score, along with taking unused music from The Thing. This movie is wicked. It is suspenseful. It has great humor. It is a fantastic example of Tarantino at his best. Samuel Jackson, Kurt Russell, everyone is at their A game, and there's a reason the characters are called the Hateful Eight. They're not the most likable bunch of people, even the ones you want to get behind, like Walton Goggins. He's kind of like, he's this horrible racist, but you can't help but like him anyway. All these characters are savagely flawed, and they play off each other, and they have all their vendettas, but the cast works together really well, and it is a really fun and exciting movie, and I highly recommend The Hateful Eight. Next up, we have the awesome Green Room. This is from the creators of Blue Ruin, and it tells the story of a punk band who has the unfortunate luck of playing at a Nazi bar and witnessing a murder, and then being trapped in the changing rooms of the nightclub, and they are set upon by wave after wave of Nazi kind of thugs. To make matters worse, the leader is played fantastically by Patrick Stewart, and he commands this real calm, evil kind of presence. He knows that he's got everything by the balls. He's got the upper hand and everything. This is fantastically savage, fantastically visually vicious movie, but it is a wicked kind of nerve-clenching thriller. And if you're a fan of thrillers or suspense, this is a movie for you. Also starred the late great Anton Yelchin. This was one of his last movies before he died. Along with Star Trek Beyond, and I have to admit his performance in this is amazing. If you are a fan of kind of revenge or kind of real gritty kind of hardcore movies, Green Room, highly recommend. Next up, we have Guillermo del Toro's The Mimic Director's Cut. Now, I picked this up because everyone raved about the director's cut. Now, I enjoyed the original Mimic. It was definitely a flawed kind of movie at its time, but I watched this, and the director's cut really didn't add anything kind of amazing, and I'd gone through message boards saying that it enhanced this movie savagely. It doesn't really. It adds a couple of scenes, like a couple with Charles S. Dutton's kind of Metro Cop, or the homeless Chinese people in the base of the church. It tries to kind of give a bit of lore to the creatures in the sewer, but yeah, it doesn't. Essentially, giant cockroaches in a sewer threaten New York, and it's up to Mino Sorvino and Jeremy Norton to stop them. There is a very cool special feature where Del Toro does tell what his original idea was, that it was going to be a individual in an apartment building who turned out to be a giant cockroach, and that his plan was to take over humanity. And yeah, the studio balked at that, and I can see why, but maybe at some stage Del Toro will get to tell the story he wanted to tell. Still worth a look. If you've seen the original Mimic and didn't like it, this isn't going to change your opinion on it. And last but not least, this awesome collection, the Coffin Joe collection. Coffin Joe, Mogio Marin, as his real name is, he is a cult icon in South America. He done some really weird, really fucked up kind of cult horror movies in the 60s. And some of the titles, I mean, At Midnight I Will Take Your Soul, This Night I Will Possess Your Corpse, The Awakening of the Beast, End of Man, real kind of funky, out there kind of stuff. And just, it is a kind of really badass kind of Grindhouse collection. There's also a cool Strange World of Mohiko Joe Marines, the kind of documentary on the character. And if you're a fan of cult kind of Grindhouse or cult kind of horror, this is definitely a worthy purchase. I think there's like 9 films, so yeah, you can't go wrong. And I got this on a cheap, so yeah, check it out if you can get your hands on it. Definitely purchase it. So this has been the Trash Picture Show. My name is Martin. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any movies you want to recommend or want me to check out. Have a good one. Bye now. Take care.